What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy IronAngel here. I want to see what IGN has to say. IGN and it was another one someone told me. Games. I'll check this. I can't remember what they said, but I'll check that later. But I'm curious to see what IGN thinks of Cyberpunk 2077. I have a review about this game, and I'm not going to say it yet, but I literally just finished playing it. Well, I can say this because I thought I was going to spoil something, but it's really good. And I would advise, if you are watching this right now, you're about to play it, take your time. Do the side missions. I'm just going to say that. I don't want to spoil much. And IGN is usually, no, they're not going to spoil anything either. I'm just curious to what they're going to say. But yes, the game is definitely worth the pickup, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it's so good. I heard they're not continuing after this. I hope that's not true. Hopefully this game did so well that CD Projekt keep going. Forget making a new game. Just keep building on what you got. And I think the fan base deserve it after the 3 years of not rebuilding it, but fixing it. You know, I think we deserve some more content. But if not, thank you, CD Projekt Red. The game is really good. I'm still playing it on my new build. Yeah, I would just love for us fans to get more. I would love us to get more. I mean, who will be the next guest character? We have Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba. Who will be? You know who I think will be cool? Because I'm thinking of cool characters that would be right for Night City. Michelle Rodriguez from Fast and Furious. Like, she has that cool aspect that would be great to join up with Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba's character. Or like a Morgan Freeman, but he's a little older now, but still. You know, other character, Brad Pitt would, no, not Brad, Matthew McConaughey would be good. I'm just thinking of what big time actors would be good for the role. Heck, if they had somehow had Denzel in here, that would be sick. But that's just me talking. But anyway, let's see. I'm curious to see what they say here.
Remember how many dildos were originally in Cyberpunk 2077? You couldn't loot a corner in Night City without picking one up, to the point where CD Projekt Red actually ended up patching a number of them out. The dildos weren't necessarily a problem on their own, but their abundance was a good example of how Cyberpunk's grand story could occasionally clash with the cheap shock humor found around it. With the long-awaited expansion, CDPR aims to right that dildo misalignment, and after some soul-searching, has seemingly found what kind of Cyberpunk story it wants to tell, and nails it with Phantom Liberty.
Nails it. Yeah, I like that. I was hoping they wasn't going to disrespect the game. That scene was cool. Because V didn't know how to use the phone.
Oh, come on. Answer.
I'll have a double cheeseburger while you're at it.
Phantom Liberty begins with the president of the NUSA crash landing in a self-governed district of Night City called Dogtown, and you're hired by her Secret Service detail to rescue her. From there, you will meet the two most important new characters in the expansion. Song So-mi, an NUSA hacker excellently played by Christine Minji Chang.
So I ain't gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna tell you what my direction was. No. And by the way, if you go to if you can go to my new channel, Relaxing Gaming, I'm actually playing Cyberpunk on there, so you can see my choices and all that stuff. But I was about to tell you something that I'm gonna say on my review. So I'm not gonna spoil anything. But yeah, if you can subscribe over there, I would appreciate it. And here too, and hit the like button.
Solomon
I would
Reed,
appreciate
a
that.
sleeper
Thank you.
agent who was brought back into commission, portrayed by the iconic Idris Elba.
Apologies for the precautions.
Elba is again channeling his city-wise American accent from The Wire, only this time on the other side of the law.
I don't know how much he's paying, but you better ask yourself, is it worth it?
He's definitely not phoning this role in either, delivering a thoroughly captivating performance as a secret agent who made me so desperately want to trust him, even though he is Night City's greatest spy, and therefore probably never telling the full truth.
I'm here, I'll help, but I'm doing it for Somi and my country.
Phantom Liberty relies heavily on make-or-break decisions that can't be taken back.
Yeah, I agree with what he said though earlier. He definitely, let me make sure I heard him right. Well, before I rewind it, Keanu Reeves too, but Idris Elba played the role right with the emotions depending on what you choose. When he gets sad, mad, whatever he's choosing, emotion-wise, depending on your decision, Idris Elba did a great job. So salute to him. And actually salute to the other characters too, because let's not just look at the main ones like Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba. But Madam President, Somi, the character models did very good. The actors and actresses, they did very well. Salute to them. But yeah, I agree. If that's what he said, if I heard him right, Idris Elba did do great. And Keanu Reeves has a moment in here that's very good. I'm not going to spoil it. I did that side of the playthrough. You can see it on my new channel, but it was a good emotional part of Keanu Reeves.
On the other side of the law.
I don't know how much he's paying, but you better ask yourself, is it worth it?
He's definitely not phoning this role in either.
Yes, okay, so he did.
All right.
Captivating
performance as a secret agent who made me so desperately want to trust him, even though he is Night City's greatest spy, and therefore probably never telling the full truth.
I'm here. I'll help, but I'm doing it for Somi and my country.
Phantom Liberty relies heavily on make-or-break decisions that can't be taken back, and Reed is part of the reason why those choices become so difficult. Keanu Reeves also makes a return as Johnny Silverhand. Maybe it's the years since I last played, but I feel Reeves is actually better this time around, performance-wise.
Yes.
Surface, but
Wait.
this suffocating, sucking sound pulled me back in.
Honestly, I think it's that he has better material to work with in Phantom
Yes.
Liberty, which requires him
The
to
writing
resolve
for
new
Keanu Reeves was
dialogue
very
and
good, and then
system.
Keanu Reeves did a great
Instead, the
performance.
expanded
I'm glad he
story
pointed
lets
that
me
out.
explore Silverhand's mournful side, diving into his existence as a failed revolutionary imprisoned in somebody else's body.
Yeah.
These are trained sociopaths. Pretend to be your friends while they fucking ain't.
But more than that, between Elba, Reeves, and Chang, Phantom Liberty does a great job highlighting just how advanced its characters' animations are. At the intersection of performance and technology, CDPR has found something in Cyberpunk 2077 that can genuinely move you.
Chin up. We're in this together.
Just wait until you meet Reed's spy associate, Alex.
Yes.
Go back inside. Tell him I'm in.
Overall, Phantom Liberty
I
has a
loved her
fuller
character
grasp of
arc in
what
this
kind of stories
game.
can be told in Night
I'm not
City.
going to spoil anything
It's a
yet, but
metropolis full of political
my
leads and
goodness, it
villains,
was
all
good.
manner of crime, and more than its fair share of idiots. And that's unique in the sci-fi hacker genre, compared to the dour and operatic worlds of Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell. Cyberpunk 2077 is grunge and metal, and Phantom Liberty harnesses this wild energy into mature storytelling, something the outstanding animated Netflix show Cyberpunk Edgerunners also managed to capture. Elevated by Elba's and Chang's respective performances, Phantom Liberty hits all the things I love in the Cyberpunk story. It hones in on the hopelessness of hypercapitalism and the dehumanizing effects of technology on our souls,
Where the rich bought and sold so many unfulfilled dreams.
all while using the spy motif to introduce some new themes to the world. How can we trust anyone when every element of the future has been so thoroughly taken over by automated forces of corporations and government? It has more to say than I expected going in, and more than I could have ever hoped for after my initial playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077.
Drone on your left.
Similarly, CDPR gets a ton of mileage out of its spy premise.
Yeah,
There are exciting moments where you're channeling your best Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I was about to say that was
See what
good
you
addition
face
to the
as
game.
your
That's not a spoiler because they
target.
showed it already in the trailer. But there's missions where you get to like do Mission Impossible and change your identity. That was cool. That was a great addition to the
Very
game.
clearly inspired by Skyfall. I was curious to learn how an espionage plot could fit into Cyberpunk 2077's story about varying levels of criminality, from the dingiest streets to the tallest executive corporate suite.
I have a subdermal tracker. It needs to go ASAP.
But Phantom Liberty reminds us that the government too is part of our hyper-capitalist meat grinder, and not much separates a government agent from a streetwise fixer. It's serious business, but whenever the storyline begins to feel too heavy, you can take on side jobs for Mr. Hands, a
Yeah.
fixer whose clientele ranges from kidnapped arms dealers to a doting resident who just wants to rescue her dumb as bricks fiance and his even dumber friend.
Hi.
But make no mistake, CDPR has played a wicked trick by infusing these side missions with the same kind of complex moral dilemmas you're forced to resolve during the main campaign.
Hey, careful with that.
Phantom Liberty also adds an entirely new district to the already packed Night City. Sure, the idea of an independent dogtown is a bit confusing if you're not familiar with the lore, but this lawless Thunderdome proves to be a great setting for Phantom Liberty's paranoid spy thriller.
Yeah, it was a great addition. I
The new
enjoyed
area
it.
draws visual inspiration from both
Yes,
Las
that was
Vegas
one of my
and Santa
favorite
Monica.
parts right here.
It's part beach town, part luxury resort destination, with extravagant hotels, glamorous nightclubs, and a football stadium that's been converted into a city center.
They even had
The
a
line that the
live
location is also a character has never been truer.
concert happen in the
There's so
game.
much fun in wandering around Dogtown and discovering some hidden storyline or a bit of environmental storytelling. It's almost an anti-Tears of the Kingdom, where the joy isn't in emergent bits of gameplay, but in archaeologically uncovering secrets hidden throughout the area. There was always something magical about exploring Night City's skyline, and doing it again, knowing that no other game since has replicated this feat, is just as impressive. This is one game I never want to fast travel through.
I agree. Take
Without
your
spoilers,
time.
There's a specific point in the expansion story.
I made that mistake on the first playthrough. I didn't rush through everything, but I did miss some side quests that I am going to do over.
I played both for this review and found that one certainly feels more canon than the
Wait,
other,
play what?
leading you down one of two very distinct paths, each with their own endings.
Activating a sleeper agent is no simple matter.
I played both for this review and found that one certainly feels more canon than the other. There's also an entirely new ending that's been added to the base game that feels like it might be the de facto true ending, and takes Phantom Liberty's themes of self-sacrifice and near-future alienation and uses them to wrap up V and Silverhand's story.
We stick to the plan. After that, guess we'll see.
I may start an entire new save to experience this story fully from beginning to end. With all of the impressive changes in
Yes, a
Cyberpunk
lot of
2077's
playback. You can
free
enjoy it over and
update
over
that
again.
arrived alongside the DLC's launch, starting fresh is actually something I'm looking forward to.
Shit. Thing needs a little go-go juice to wake up.
On that note, while Phantom Liberty isn't required to install the 2.0 update, it's hard to say that the revamped gameplay didn't positively influence my experience as I played through 20 hours of Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, I played about 24,
In particular,
25 hours.
The newly reworked skill tree that makes it easier to build your character towards specific playstyles was a revelation. Whether you're pursuing a hacker build, augmented build, or something else, this alone makes Cyberpunk 2077 a much better experience.
I made a ninja build.
To be clear, these are improvements that all Cyberpunk 2077 owners can experience, even without buying Phantom Liberty. The expansion doesn't include much in the way of brand new abilities, but does feature some exclusive close-in weapons. The weapons in particular are very much themed after the spy stories Phantom Liberty has taken inspiration from, giving us access to extremely fun, very powerful stealth tools that will let you infiltrate the deadliest den of thieves without getting caught. If you're planning on coming back to Night City for another run, I cannot recommend enough that you take a detour to Dogtown while you're here.
Yes.
Not one move!
I said in my review of Cyberpunk Edgerunners that CDPR now has a blueprint for where to go with Cyberpunk 2077, and Phantom Liberty shows that the studio already had exactly that in mind. Between a more sophisticated level of storytelling with excellent performances, smarter insights on the cyberpunk genre and its dystopian themes, and landing on top of a much improved gameplay experience thanks to its fresh 2.0 update, Phantom Liberty marks a new chapter for Cyberpunk 2077, and is finally close to what I'd hoped it would be when I first sat down to play 3 years ago. For more,
All right, 9's great. I don't know what they look for 10, but hey, 9's great. It says amazing. But yeah, I have a review for it, y'all, that's coming up. It'll be up soon. I'm not going to say when, but I want to go in detail. I'm gonna have a spoiler free, and then at the halfway point have spoilers. But yeah, so definitely expect that. I don't know how I'm gonna go about it right now. I'm putting it together, but yes, definitely a great game. Definitely a pickup. I hope CD Projekt Red, please don't stop making more of this game. Please make more. I'll explain why in the review though. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Shout out to IGN. Actually, make sure I give them a like. I like that review. And I like how you brought up Keanu Reeves because that's exactly what I was saying. And I was wondering if people catch that. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see you.